Okay, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. The topic of discussion today, inshallah ta'ala, I want to talk to you about how you can attain safety. Brothers, sisters who are listening, we need safety. The human being is created very weak. Allah Azza wa Jal said, خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. The human being was made very weak. And we have so many problems that we come across in our day-to-day life. People have problems, they need safety and security from what? From people on the streets, because they've got enemies. They walk certain places, they worry that someone might attack them, someone might stab them, someone might move to them. Does that make sense? So what does the person move to for safety? What does he do? He moves to a weapon, a knife. He makes sure he rolls in a certain gang so that he can get safety. Does that make sense? Some people, they're afflicted by magic. They got jinn, they got evil eye. So what do? They go to the jinn, they go to the magicians so they can try and find safety. Does that make sense? Some people, they follow different religions. They worship someone like Jesus Christ so that they can find safety because they think Jesus is the one who's going to give them safety. Brothers, sisters, I'm here to show you the path to safety. That this will keep you safe from every evil. It will keep you safe from the hellfire. It will keep you safe from your own sins. It will keep you safe from the devils. It will keep you safe from any enemy that you have outside of the streets. And I'm going to give it to you in one ayah. Pay attention. Learn this ayah, because my brothers and my sisters, for the one who has no safety in this life and the next, he is a person who is going to be destroyed. Without safety, how is the hellfire going to be something that he has refuge from? The hellfire is an animal. It's a raging beast. It wants to attack and destroy you. But you want to be safe from the hellfire. How? This ayah, it shows you. And we're going to dissect the ayah and really understand it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُمْ بِظُلْمٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the ones who believe, they have iman. Pay attention, what's iman? Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, what do we believe? We believe iman is qawlun wa amalun wa i'tiqadun. Iman is speech, actions, and that which is inside of your heart. Some people say, my iman is in my heart, bro. Don't judge me. You say, Akhi, have you prayed? You say, I prayed in my heart, bro. You tell your sister, put on hijab. She said, my hijab is in my heart, bro. We say, listen, sister. Iman is in the heart, it's on the tongue, and it's on the limbs. Let me see the iman on your limbs. Does that make sense? So Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, they believe. Meaning they believe, they come with iman on their tongue. They don't swear, they don't backbite, they don't say evil things. They read the Quran, they give da'wah, they do dhikr, they do these things. And then after, what do? They have iman in their actions, they pray the salah, they give the zakat, they do the hajj, they do the umrah, they do the fasting, they do these things. And in their heart, they have a correct iman. They believe the aqidah of the Salaf al-Salih. They have the correct belief with regards to Allah's names and attributes, iman and kufr and so on and so forth. They are people who are Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. These people, it's not enough to just be that now. A person says, okay, I pray, I have iman in my tongue, my body, my limbs, and my heart. I have it. Am I safe? Am I going to get safety? No. It's another condition. وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُمْ بِظُلْمٍ. After they come with this iman, they don't mix their iman. They don't taint their iman with oppression. Now when the Sahaba heard this ayah, they said, Ya Rasulullah, which one of us doesn't oppress? We all have some kind of oppression that we do at some stage in our life. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Laysa dak. He says, he's not talking about that kind of oppression. He said, rather, have you not had the statement of Luqman al-Hakim, where he said to his son, Inna shirka la dhulmun azim. He said, shirk is the greatest oppression. What is shirk? Shirk is to worship another God besides Allah. To worship another God besides Allah. And pay attention, some people they worship men. Christians worship Jesus Christ. Some people they worship, the Prophet ﷺ. Some people worship saints. Some people, what they worship themselves. Allah said, أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. Have you not seen the one who took his own desires as a God? He worships himself. How do you worship yourself? Allah told you pray and you said, no, I'm not going to pray. Why? Because you are tired. So your desires are more important to you than Allah. Some of you do what? You worship what? You worship a woman. Because that woman you love her more than you love Allah. فَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَتَّخِذُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنْدَادًا يُحِبُّونَهُمْ كَحُبِّ اللَّهِ. From mankind there are those, they take others as equal. They love them the way they should love Allah. So what do you love, bro? What do you love the most? You love a girl? Girl loves a guy? Some of you love money. The Prophet ﷺ said, the slave and the penny and the pound, the gold coin and the silver coin. That's what you love. That's your God. Because when it's time for salah, what do you say? When it's time for prayer time, what do you say? You say, I've got to work, man. I've got to hustle. I've got to get that grind, bro. How am I going to fast? I need to work, bro. Because the money is your God. Some of you, school time, it's time to pray. Teacher, you're scared to ask the teacher to pray. You put your hand and say, Miss, can I go pray? Teacher says, no. And you say, yes, okay, miss. So what? Is the teacher a God? Is the teacher Allah? Is the teacher you? Who you obeying? Allah or the teacher? I say, teacher, barakallah feek. Actually, I can't say barakallah feek because it might be a kafirah, but the point is that, hopefully, I say, may Allah guide you. I say, hadak Allah, teacher, may Allah guide you. But you're not my God. I'm a slave to Allah. He created me to worship Him. I'm going to come back and be right back. Does that make sense? Or, most of you can pray in your break times anyway. The point I'm making is, when push comes to shove, who is your God? Does that make sense? Okay, some of you don't do none of that. You pray, but in your prayer, what do you do when someone walks in the room? You start to beautify the prayer, and what do? You start to show off. The Prophet said, he said, إِنَّمَا أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ الشِّرْكُ الْأَصْغَرُ. The thing that I'm scared for you the most is the minor shirk. فَسُئِلَ عَنْهُ. He was asked, what is shirk al-asghar? The Prophet said, Ar-riyah, showing off in your worship. Showing off in your ibadah. Does that make sense? Showing off in your ibadah. Brothers, shirk is a very dangerous thing and you want to stay far away from it. Allah said, if you do not mix your iman with shirk, as in you're purely worshipping Allah. Shirk means to worship someone else besides Allah. You do not worship anyone else besides Allah. What did Allah say? أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. They have two things. They get two things. Number one, they get safety. They have safety. Number two, they'll be guided. People who do shirk are not guided. You will not be guided if you're a person who does shirk. You will not be guided if you're not firm upon Tawheed, firm upon La ilaha illallah. But here I'm here to talk to you about that part, safety. أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ. They will have safety. No one will be able to harm them. No one will be able to come close to them. No one. All of the enemies can come and surround you, but you'll find a way out. Like the Prophet ﷺ in the Battle of Ahzab, 10,000 soldiers came, they surrounded him in the city. They put the city of the Prophet ﷺ under siege. Like when the Prophet ﷺ walked up with his head high, all of his companions, they found safety. Because they were people upon Tawheed. Ibrahim alayhi salam was taken. His ops, they lit a fire so big that the fire was so hot that they couldn't get close to the fire to burn him. They had to invoke a catapult to throw him in. Like when they threw him into the fire, what did Allah say to the fire? He said, "Oh fire, be calm and peaceful for Ibrahim." Ibrahim had safety. The fire which burns did not burn Ibrahim because Ibrahim was a man upon Tawheed. He was a man upon Tawheed. My brothers, my sisters, you need safety. I want to go through and run you through the things that I previously already mentioned that you need safety from. And I'm going to mention this to you so that hopefully you can realize the importance of learning Tawheed. Learning La ilaha illallah, which is the thing that will save you from shirk. Number one, I mentioned to you already, safety from the hellfire. Because if you come with shirk, you will not be safe from the hellfire. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, إِنَّهُ مَن يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ. Anyone who does shirk with Allah, فَقَدْ حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ الْجَنَّةِ. Allah, He made Jannah haram for that person. وَمَأْوَاهُ النَّارِ. His place is going to be the hellfire. He's going to burn in the hellfire. The hellfire is a beast. Don't get it twisted. It's not a dungeon. It's not a little dungeon underneath the earth where the devil is the king. No. The hellfire is an animal. It has a neck. Its neck comes out and it grabs people. Hellfire breathes. It roars. It screams. It jumps out at people. It has to be held down by chains. The Prophet ﷺ said in one hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said that there are 70,000 ropes on hellfire. And on each rope there are 70,000 angels that are holding it down because hellfire is a beast. It just wants to attack and punish and destroy the people who disobeyed Allah, primarily those who done shirk. So brothers, you don't want to be one who goes to the hellfire, and a person will go to the hellfire if they done shirk. Look what Allah said, إِنَّهُ مَن يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ الْجَنَّةِ. Allah made Jannah haram for that person. That's why it's haram for you to sleep with a woman outside of marriage. It's haram for you to backbite. It's haram for you to kill. It's haram for you to go to Jannah if you do shirk. So brothers, you need to be safe. My sisters, you need to be safe from shirk. The second thing is that you will have safety from your enemies. You will have safety from your enemies. Look what Allah said. This ayah is so powerful. We talk about the Muslim world, the ummah that are struggling, all the Muslims around the world that are screaming, crying. Syria, look what's happening. Look what's happening all around the world. What's the solution? What's the solution to the ummah's problem? Look what Allah said, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ. Allah said, Allah makes a promise to those who believe from amongst you. Not just those who believe. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and the ones who do righteous actions. What's the promise? Allah said, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كَمَا اسْتَخْلَفَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Allah said, Allah is going to give you khilafah on the earth. Allah is going to give you khilafah, like He gave to those who came before. Number one. Number two, Allah said, I'm going to make your religion strong for you. Your religion, Islam, is going to be established for you. And number three, وَلَيُبَدِّلَنَّهُم مِّن بَعْدِ خَوْفِهِمْ أَمْنًا. Allah said, the fear that you experience, the fear that you have, whether it's fear because bombs are dropping over you, whether it's fear because the ops are surrounding the block, whether it's fear because whatever the fear might be, Allah said Allah will take that fear, He will exchange it and replace it with safety. But why? What do you do to deserve that? Allah said, يَعْبُدُونَنِي, they worship me, وَلَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِي شَيْئًا, and they don't do any shirk with me whatsoever, not even an ounce of shirk. They don't do no shirk. They worship me alone. My brothers, if you learn Tawheed, if you study Tawheed, if you study La ilaha illallah, which is the thing that is the opposite of shirk, Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah has laws. Some of them you can see. For example, if I drop my phone, what happens? The law of gravity means that what's going to happen? It's going to fall down. You drop something, gravity will make it fall. There are laws of nature. There are also spiritual laws. From the spiritual laws are that if you are upon Tawheed, Allah saves you from harm. Allah will say, you'll walk through an area where had you not been upon Tawheed, you might have got stabbed. You might have got mugged. Lakin, because of the Tawheed, Allah said, this person right here, I'm going to protect him. Like, and if Allah is with you, and Allah is protecting you, my brother, what do you have to fear? You don't have to fear that knife. You don't have to carry that knife. You don't have to roll with those guys. You don't have to worry about those things. Whatever you need, my brother, Allah will give it to you. But you need to put it upon Tawheed. That's the condition. Allah will give you safety from your enemies. Okay, some people here might be possessed. A couple of you might be possessed by a little jinn. Maybe struggling with it for years. Some people have magic on them, have evil eye. How do you save yourself from this? Again, my brothers, Tawheed. Look what Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا, that very the people who have taqwa, they have fear of Allah. It's only Allah that they fear. And taqwa is iman. Taqwa comes as a result of Tawheed. إِذَا مَسَّهُمْ طَائِفَةٌ إِذَا مَسَّهُمْ طَائِفٌ مِّنَ الشَّيْطَانِ, and when the touch of the devil comes to them, if they get touched by a group of the devils, if the devil touches them, and then what happens? What do? تَذَكَّرُوا, they start to remember. They start to do dhikr. They start to remember Allah Azza wa Jal. What happens? فَإِذَا هُمْ مُبْصِرُونَ, they're able to see through the plotting and the planning of the devil. He can't harm them. But it's for you, the one who comes with taqwa. Taqwa is connected to Tawheed. You can't be upon taqwa if you're doing shirk. Taqwa means to do what Allah told you to do and stay away from what He told you to stay away from. The biggest thing He told you to do is worship me alone, and the biggest thing He told you to stay away from is shirk, worshipping someone else besides Him. Like, and a person can't be muttaqi if he's a mushrik. He can't be a person with piety and fear of Allah if he worships someone else besides Allah. So you need to come with this. And the last and final one that I mentioned, my brothers, is that you be protected from sins. And this one is very powerful. Some of you are addicted to women. Some of you are addicted to pornography. Some of you are addicted to cigarettes. Some of you are addicted to drugs. Some of you are addicted to music. Some of you are doing all sorts of sins. You just backbiting, swearing. Some of you have sins. Allah will save you from sins if you come with Tawheed, if you stay away from shirk. What's the proof? Allah said, وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَن رَأَى بُرْهَانَ رَبِّهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَن رَأَى بُرْهَانَ رَبِّهِ. Allah said about Yusuf alayhi salam, when a woman said, come, do zina with me. The woman said, sleep with me. I want to do haram with you. I want to fornicate with you. I want to sleep with you. Hate her, like she said. Allah said, I saved Yusuf. Yusuf never saved himself. Allah said, I saved him. I saved Yusuf. Because Yusuf, the same way she wanted him, Yusuf might have been inclined to her. But Allah said, Allah showed him the proof. And then look what Allah said. Allah said, كَذَلِكَ لِنَصْرِفْ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءَ. Allah said, like that, Allah turned the evil away from Yusuf. Allah, He made the evil. Yusuf's here, the woman is coming here, music's coming here, all the sins are coming here. Allah said He made the sin turn away from Yusuf. But why? إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلَصِينَ. وفي قراءة الأخرى, in another recitation, إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلَصِينَ. Because he was from the sincere slaves. Sincerity is the essence of Tawheed. Remember I said to you earlier, the one who prays but he's not sincere because he's showing off, that's minor shirk. So then the opposite is sincerity. Sincerity is Tawheed. If you study La ilaha illallah and you have this firm embedded inside of your heart, Allah will save you from sins. People always talk about, okay, how do we solve the problems? We've got to solve them by giving charity. We've got to solve them by making money. We've got to solve them by setting up khilafah. We've got to solve them by this. We've got to solve them by that. Akhi, Allah said to you, that's my job. I give you safety. I give you protection. I give you honor. I raise you. I protect you. I will do all that for you. But every time Allah said, you come with taqwa. You come with ikhlas, sincerity. You come with ibadah, no shirk. That's our job. So my brothers, there was no other way for me to restart matzing in a masjid than by reminding you of the most important thing, which is La ilaha illallah. Of it there are many benefits. From them is Al-Jannah. From them is what? So many things. And I've done lectures on that online, you can find many of them. But like my brothers, the most basic one that I can mention to you today is that you have safety. Wallahi, you will. Every man right now who wants to change his life, he's either got problems on the roads, he's got a problem with shayateen, he's got a problem in terms of religion, his understanding of the religion is wrong because he worships another God besides Allah, or he's got a problem with sins. The solution here is to read, learn, study. Online we've got so many classes. I would like you all to start watching a series I have online. It's called A Study of the Shahada, study of La ilaha illallah, study of Tawheed, a study of how to stay away from shirk. I would love you all to watch this. Does that make sense? Because if you work hard on this and you make sure Allah, He's the one that you worship and you worship no one else besides Him, you stay firm in that, brothers, you're going to have safety from all sorts of evil, inshallah ta'ala. With that said, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question for you. From all of my videos online that you might have seen, which one has been the most life-changing one for you so far? Many people told me that it was the video when we gave da'wah outside the Shisha Cafe. And I'll leave you with this. The Prophet ﷺ said, a time will come when holding on to my religion, holding on to Islam, will become as difficult as holding on to charcoal. The charcoals that we smoke shisha with. The Prophet said, try and hold on to it. It burns you, let go of it. The Prophet ﷺ said, that's what my religion will become like. Is it not like that today? Or perhaps you're from those who said it was that lecture that everyone was asking about, the one I did on the issue of death. Send me back. Please send me back. I'll pray this time. I'll dump that girl this time. I won't play around with the girls no more. No more cigarettes, no more weed, no more watching things online, no more talking to the guys, no more music, no more disrespecting my parents. I will pray. Allah, please send me back. Tell these angels, hold me down for a second. Send me back, just 2 minutes, send me back. Oh, let me die with my head on the ground in sajda. Let me die, but Allah said, no, you will not be able to return. They will scream, Rabbi rji'uni. Send me back my master, please. Or maybe it was one of the other 1,000 plus videos that we have online. Whatever it was, I want to ask you a follow-up question. And that is, I want you to remember and recall what life was like before you saw that video, when you were distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, when you're thinking of that and remembering that, I want you to be aware that there are many brothers and sisters who are still living life like that, far and distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They still haven't seen that one video that's going to help change their life. They haven't seen that one reminder that's going to touch them and bring them out from the darkness of sin to the brightness and the light and the happiness of guidance. But that doesn't mean that there isn't hope for them. They just need to come in contact with that kind of content online. And that's why myself and my team are dedicating the next 3 months inshallah ta'ala to flooding the internet with as much content on Tawheed and Sunnah and reminders about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as possible. But the issue is that in order for us to reach those targets, we're limited in terms of the resources that we have. We need to hire more people in our media team. We need to also buy new equipment. Now look, I am going to ask you to support this financially, but I'm not going to ask you for crazy numbers. For us, we don't need that kind of money. We need little money because we have a team that really believes in this. And the proof is in the pudding. If you see what we've done over the last summer, subhanAllah, you can see that the work that gets done, that money goes where it deserves to be placed. So I'm going to ask you inshallah ta'ala, because you're a person who's benefited from this YouTube channel, you're a person who's benefited from my video, I want you to be able to give the gift of that video that helped change your life to someone else by donating at the link below. And remember, the Prophet ﷺ said, none of you will truly believe until you love for your brother brother, by extension your sister, what you love for yourself. And what you love here for them is what guidance, the way you love it for yourself. So please, inshallah ta'ala, give it the link below and let's flood the internet with La ilaha illallah.